Hey, hey, Blue Table fans. Sean here from Blue Table Painting, but you knew that. Today I'm going to talk about Necrons, and I have to say I've owned a couple of Necron armies. They are my fourth favorite army. You might say, Sean, what are your first three? That is Eldar, Tyranids, was Grey Knights. Necrons are now third. And they're really in their prime. Their codex came out just before 6th edition. It's arguable that they were designed for 6th edition. So Necrons are really amazing. I'm going to cover kind of the basics here and help you as if you were setting up a Necron commission with Blue Table Painting, and or at least give you an idea of what to put in your Necron army. All right, for starters, normally we start in HQs, but I don't want to do that. I want to go all the way down to heavy support and take a look at the command barge, Annihilation barge. And this thing's 90 points. It packs a ton of guns and is basically a really amazing heavy support choice. Quite frankly, you really can't go wrong with these things. They have Tesla weapons, which give extra hits on a 6. So even though you're firing 4 shots, you're probably going to get 5 or 6 actual hits. Because when you roll a 6 to hit, you get 2 additional hits, not 2 additional attacks. So anyway, if you look at the sprue, you'll notice on here, here's an arm with a war scythe. And if you look at the other sprue, guess what? There's a really cool Necron Lord, because this has 2 versions. It's basically a chariot or a vehicle for your commander to be in, and it also can be have just the guns on it as a heavy support choice. So quite frankly, what you do is you take this piece, you put this guy on foot, or you have us magnetize it. And in that case, you get both options. You get the command barge, which looks like this. The guy goes in the top there. Or you can do the Annihilation barge, which is this. And so this part right here, there's this little circle, that can magnetize out. So you can put the Necron Lord in there, or excuse me, the Overlord, or you can put the gun on. And in fact, let's go back to this here. And here's the guy on foot. That's what he looks like. So really, you just can't go wrong with this kit. Thank goodness Games Workshop is really putting a lot of stuff in their plastic kits. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to the main menu here. And so if I were making a Necron list, I would pick one of the special characters to be my Overlord. Which one do I love most? Trays in the Infinite. By the way, I'm not going to talk at all about these special characters. They have different abilities. It's just beyond what I can do here. This guy is awesome, and it's one of my faves. Like, he's commanding the troops with this very open gesture. He's just pretty awesome. That's Nemesis Zandrek. And let's go ahead and there's another guy, Oberon, that's right. Interesting. From a Shakespearean play, I think. So anyway, this guy, look at this pose. This guy means business. That is just absolutely fan-flippity-tasticky. So yeah, that guy makes for a good Overlord. So basically, you want an Overlord or two. You can get one out of that plastic kit like we were talking about. All right, on to Elites. There's so many great Elites choices for Necrons, but you definitely want at least one Triarch Stalker. 2 is probably too much, except for larger games, and it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, this can be magnetized. It's pretty tricky to magnetize because of the way the weapons are set up. But look at that. That's just too good. Come on, Necrons. Why do you gotta be so awesome? So yeah, you go for the heat ray. So let's go over to Army Builder here. And whoops, I was gonna do Chaos Warriors. But we've got a switch game system, not save. Go to 40K 5th edition. Yeah, I haven't updated my army builder, so sue me. Anyway, the points will be right. So basically, we're going to go ahead and grab an Overlord here, And there's a ton of stuff you can give him. War Scythe at 10 points is pretty much the way to go. In 6th edition, it gives him +2 strength. And unlike other power weapons, it is AP. I do believe it's AP 1, but I could be wrong on that. In fact, let's go ahead and see. No, it says see Necron Codex. And I don't have the Codex with me. So you get Mind Shackle Scarabs. That makes your opponent basically hit himself. And it's absolutely fantastic. You get Sempiternal Weave. That gives him a 2+ save. Give him Tesseract Labyrinth. That is great against enemy. What the heck are they? Like big creatures, you know, paladins, knobs, that kind of thing. So Resurrection Orb is a good one to have. So he comes out to about 180, but not too bad. Oh, he needs a phase shifter too. Now that's 45 points, if you can believe that. But it does give him a 3-up invulnerable, and that's so he has a 2-up and a 3-up invulnerable. That makes this guy just an absolute beast. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to do a smaller Necron army. We'll go to elites. We're going to grab a Triarch Stalker. We're going to give it the Heat Ray, which gives it basically a heavy flamer, or a Strength 8 AP1 Heavy 2 Melta weapon with 24-inch range. And when you hit something, it becomes marked because of the targeting relay rule. And that means everything that shoots at that unit that's marked gets twin linked. So I would say don't magnetize the Triarch Stalker. It is possible, but it's pretty complicated. And really, the Heat Ray is so versatile. That's pretty much all you're gonna need. All right, let's move on. So I'd put in a Triarch Stalker, which I have already. The Catan Shards, of which there are 2 published models. Quite frankly, I would recommend. They both follow the same rules. There's the what used to be the Nightbringer. They used to be like 300 points, and they had special rules and whatnot. But quite frankly, I think just converting one up is nice. If you go to the Blue Table Painting website, go to Miniature Gallery. We have a gallery search to type in Necrons, and you will see that we have done 81 Necron projects. Most of them armies, by the way. So you can look at lots of different color schemes and different conversions and magnetization that we've done. This is one of my favorite ones right here. This is you might notice we have coding. So this means this is this client's 3rd project, 03, and currently we code things with the first letter of the first name and the first 3 letters of the last name. So anyway, this one is like this midnight blue type of thing going on, and with glowy parts, and I think this is a really excellent color scheme. Here's a Vargard Oberon that we did, and so let's go ahead and maybe look at a few. Oh, I wanted you to see this this shard that we did. Here it is. So this is one of my faves. Here you go. So this is just made out of, you know, a very complex array of parts. Let's see if we can get a better picture. Here's a back shot there. Yeah, I'm not sure where this tail comes from, but pretty much this is all just extras, and really it's the time and effort that really is the investment there. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. So the shards just have a ton of powers. Personally, I have never taken them, and unless you're doing a specific build that needs them, I wouldn't worry about it. I've had a good time with death marks. By the way, the kit with death marks also has immortals. It makes 5 immortals or death marks. So what you do is, because you want at least one unit of 10 immortals, which we'll see shortly. Here's what they look like with Tesla carbines. So if you make immortals, you end up with all these extra heads, right? For the death marks, these great Cyclops type heads. And what I do is I make cryptex out of those. And so these guys are great. They have these they have some great special rules, and just an absolute lot of fun things. Now, personally, I make my cryptex out of these Triarch Praetorians, and you just give them those Cyclops heads that we were looking at just a second ago, and they make great cryptex, and that is definitely what I recommend there. So by the way, yeah, let's go back to Army Builder. And basically what you're going to do, let's go back to HQ. So you take Royal Court, and you add 2 Lords, and you add probably 4 Cryptex. And these guys can just, with just one model, you can have like tons of different options. And a Royal Court can just be absolutely disgusting. I can't go into it now because I'm just trying to give a quick overview, but you can basically kit them out with war gear. So you give the Lords, you give them war scythes, and you give them Mind Shackle Scarab, Sempiternal Weave, Tesseract Labyrinth. It's very expensive, but it becomes a unit that basically it can cure what ails you. They can kill anything out there, and they're just absolutely disgusting. And just tons of combinations, and you don't need to get new models to get the combinations. So note that we didn't. We just bought a unit of Immortals to get our 4 Cryptex, and the Lords. In fact, let's go back to the problem. Necron Lord. This one's terrible. That's out of print one. There you go. That guy's pretty cool. He's kind of older. Personally, I would just get, because if you look at it, Necron Lord's 16. Well, for $3 more, you can get one of the awesome ones, you know. And so, you know, just get one of those and count that as your Lord. Or use the plastic one off of that kit I was showing you. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. So here's your basic kit. I already showed you that. You're gonna want to get Immortals. Don't arm them with Tesla carbines because you can now move and shoot twice with rapid fire weapons. So pretty much you just go for the Gauss flare, which is really you know, we don't need this 360, but yeah, this is what you want. This is what you want to arm your what you want to arm your guys with. So nope, I did it again. All right, Necron Warriors. So this is the tough part. Personally, I think Necron Warriors are great as scoring units. So yeah, get a box of 10. Do they come 12? It says 12 Necron Warriors. Yeah, so you get a box of these, and so you end up a little something like this. Let's go to troops. We went to elites. All we got out of elites. By the way, Lich Guards can be fantastic. So we're going to go and grab some Death Marks. Those are great troublemakers. They really don't come with very many options. A Night Scythe. We'll talk about how disgusting Night Scythes are. In fact, let's give them a Night Scythe. You know, a popular army list nowadays is called Kron Air, and that has, I think, like 8 flyers in it, possibly more. All right, let us continue. We are now up to 800 points with that, and we've purchased a Night Scythe, Death Marks, a unit of Immortals to make our Cryptex out of it, and we purchased a 1, 2, 3 HQ infantry, pick and choose, and a Triarch Stalker. So now let's go ahead and go to troops. So let's pick up some Immortals, and we'll get a unit of 10. Those guys are fantastic. Yep, and that's all the more they come with. You can put them in a Night Scythe. We're just going to hold, in fact, yeah, let's put them in a Night Scythe. So Night Scythe has no options, but Night Scythes are absolutely disgusting. I won't go into it right now, but they're incredibly... Twin Link Tesla Destructor is just fantastic. So basically you roll 4 dice. If any of them are 6s, that results in extra hits, and they're twin linked. So it's just, they're just amazing. So Immortals are basically, these are the guys that are going to go out with your Overlord and beat face effectively. And quite frankly, they're just fine on foot as well. So Warriors, we're going to go ahead and just get ourselves 2 units of Warriors, each with 5. Now a Ghost Ark is effectively a defensive structure. And so some people like them, some people don't like them. In fact, let's go look at the model right now. So we purchased a box of Warriors. By the way, you probably want to get more than that. Quite frankly, that's only 3 scoring units, so load up on the Warriors and Immortals. And so let's go to Ghost Ark. So what you do is, this also makes a Doomsday Ark, which you're seeing here. It's basically you flip over the veins here and you put this big gun on the bottom. But I recommend... Okay, so I'm going to explain this as well as possible. First off, a Ghost Ark, which is this thing, it really is a defensive item. It can be placed laterally, on the board, like that. Block. It's open top, so all the guys on board, including a Cryptek, can shoot out of it. So basically, they add their firepower to it. Plus, the Ghost Ark can heal up and restore D3 guys that have been lost per turn. Now, if you look on our spreadsheet, we do charge a little bit less if you want to leave off all these passengers, because quite frankly, boy, you got to paint all those guys up, and sure, it looks cool, but, come on. I usually leave them off, especially because what we do is we can magnetize this to be a Doomsday Ark as well, which is a fantastic option. We magnetize this point here so this thing can be gone, and then the big gun fits on there, and it has some support struts, which makes sense. There's a magnetized point back here, and then there's like this this little I guess it's like a light piece. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. Yeah. Anyway, there's a cap piece that can switch back and forth, and so that makes sense. So in my Necron list, I would probably do a unit of 10 Warriors, probably actually 9 Warriors and a Cryptek, right? We'll go ahead and make this 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more, give them a Ghost Ark. So now we picked up a Ghost Ark. And now we're to 1432. Wow, that went fast. So let's go ahead and go to fast. And really, since we don't have a ton of points left, we're only going to go to, say, 2,000. You got to go Canoptic Wraith. And quite frankly, I would get 6 of them. By the way, I have seen people take as many as 18. And because they have toughness 4 and a 3-up invulnerable save, they're so hard to get rid of. Give them a couple of whip coils, probably only 1 guy in 3. Don't get trans-dimensional beamer. It's 12-inch range and heavy, so it's fantastic, but it's heavy. So it's just not, your wraiths need to be moving around. Some people like to put on particle casters, which are a strength 6 AP5 pistol. You got the points, do it. Let's go ahead and put on 4. Basically, the whip coils, you don't need every guy to have whip coils. I found 1 and 3 works pretty good, but you can adjust to taste, and that can be magnetized too. So now we're to 1682, so awesome for us. And Tomb Blades, I've heard great things about Tomb Blades. In fact, let's go and just look at those. Let's go to fast attack. So we got Tomb Blades. They are really super cool looking. It's really not realistic to magnetize everything on these guys. It's like 20 magnetized points or something ridiculous. Just give them a bunch of upgrades and call it a day. Because you can have things on your model but not have purchased it. And that is legal just as long as what you purchased is represented, if that makes any sense. So skip destroyers. I'm gonna not put in our little army list. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the Tomb Blades, even though they're incredibly cool, and go right into heavy support. Oh my gosh, heavy support! Wow. There's so much goodness here. Quite frankly, I would just take un poco de todo. Take a Doomsday Ark, Remember when you set up your commission with us to have us magnetize that to be a Ghost Ark too? So you have some options there. Grab an Annihilation Barge. Again, you can magnetize that to have the Lord on it as well. Or use that plastic Lord as one of the HQs. And definitely, whatever you do in this life, get a Doom Scythe. And already we're up to 2,100 points. So the Doom Scythe is insane. In fact, let's go take a look at this. Doom Scythe. Here you go. This model is really super cool. First off, on the underside, it has the same twin-linked guns, but it can magnetize. Let's see. Yeah, it can magnetize to have this little warp portal thing. That's how the Night Scythe, the transport, gets the guys on the battlefield. I always imagine it like the darts, the Wraith darts from Stargate Atlantis. Or you can have this thing, which is the Doomsday Ray, which is ridiculous. I usually paint this thing as just one big crystal, and that looks really good and allows you to put on some really cool OSL. So I got to tell you, that is the way to go. I mean, and you know, you didn't even have to have a lot of stuff. You just, you know, and you're already at 2122. And believe me, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. So to get to 2,500 and basically an awesome Necron army. So let's go ahead and just, I'm just going to buy this stuff really quick. Buy it in quotes. I'm not actually going to buy it. So if it were me, this is what I would do. I would grab a Nemesaur Zandrek. Let's add that to cart. There you go. Love that. And let's get a Vargard Oberon. That's my other choice. And then, oh wait, no, I didn't do that right. Didn't add it to cart. There we go. Thank you. And now I'm just going to get a regular Lord, one of my Lord figures. So, oh, I didn't add him to cart either. Let's go ahead and do that. And boy, Games Workshop, you must love me showing people how to buy your stuff. Let's get a Triarch Stalker. Okay, we just added that. And let's go ahead and what else? We need to get our Cryptex. Before that, we're going to buy an Immortals box. Thank you. No, actually, no. That's actually not quite right. To get our Cryptex, we're going to buy a Triarch Praetorians box. What we'll do. So we'll add that to cart. And let's see here. Let's move on. Where were we? Hold on. Triarch Stalker, blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our troops. We're going to get 2 boxes of Immortals. In fact, we need to get 3 boxes because we're getting Immortals and a unit of Death Marks. Oh, they're so cool. And now we need 20. We need 20 warriors. So we need 2 boxes. Get that. Now you're talking. Now you've got 4 troops choices. Actually, adding more than that might not be a bad idea. Okay, so dedicated transports. We're going to need 2 Night Scythes. Or was it 3? Yeah, we're going to need 3. Add the cart. And we did need 2 Ghost Arks. 2. Okay, nobody said this hobby was going to be cheap, but it is definitely rewarding when you get this on the table. We do need an Annihilation Barge. So, in fact, let's get that down in. Okay, so Wraiths are 3 to a box. We're going to need 2 boxes for our 6. And we're going to need, let's see, we already got our Night Scythes, Doomsday Ark, Catacomb. Did we get? No, we didn't. So we need 1 Annihilation Barge. Let's add that to cart. And I believe we're ready. Let's go to View Cart. There you go. 738 American is what that sets you back. And of course, if you're having it just painted for you. Alright, so in case this video wasn't long enough already, you type in your name. So Josephus Quansington of the New Hampshire Quansingtons, apparently. So basically, you would just start putting in your numbers. You'd say Necron Lord 1, the other characters, they're all pretty much priced the same, so you could just lump them all into Necron Lord. You go down to death marks. Now, if you were buying your own models, you would go in and for cost of model column D, you'd go ahead and just zero that out, you know. Or you can have us acquire it, which is definitely something that is worthwhile. Now, since this list has 6 or more vehicles in it, you get half off on all your vehicles. So you'd come over here, you'd see paint cost, you'd type in half of that, and that's what's called the Tank Factory Special. We may not run that forever. Everything's limited time, limited quantity, and you know, who knows when I might change things. So you put in your Immortals and your Warriors. Be sure, if you have a lot of something, be sure to ask about bulk discount, because I certainly like to, you know, make sure that you get a benefit for ordering lots of stuff, which I like. Now you notice here, Ghost Ark says Ghost Ark no passengers, which is less. So I recommend you'd say I want 2 Ghost Arks and I want one of them magnetized to make a Doomsday Ark. So so that's how that sheet works. There's 6 wraiths and so forth. So and then of course under shipping there's a drop-down menu. Let's say I live in the U.S., so it automatically changes it to U.S. shipping. Don't forget to consider a battle phone case, which is an extremely awesome option. You can order it directly from Battle Foam, or you can have us do it. If you have us do it, we go through all the effort to making sure that everything fits correctly before it is sent out to you. So we have the advantage of having your models and the foam in the same place before it is shipped to you. So basically, to get an army arriving at your door in battle foam, all painted up exactly what you like, with a competitive build with magnetization and stuff, boy, that is just, that's the life, folks. That is just really absolutely super. And as you know, it is half down, half on completion. We have numerous people that check things as we go along, notably an art director, who is in a way your advocate at the studio. He goes around clipboard and your specifications in hand and looks over everybody's shoulder and says, are you doing it right? And so there is definitely something to be said for that. Oh, here's some of those Cryptek conversions. Let's go ahead and here's another one. So basically, these were some sculpts we did of these like tabards. But you know, you don't really need that. They come with their own tabards. Let's see, is this another one here? Yeah, these were some unusual conversions, client request. So all right, let's continue. All right, yeah, I think that's it for Necrons. They have great models. They're really strong in 6th edition. Tons of options. You can meet. Yeah, they're definitely not boring. There's lots of great conversion work that you can do. Not conversion work. There's lots of great color schemes for these guys. They're not just they're not just all metal. Like sometimes they've been portrayed to be. All right. Well, that's a lot to say about Necrons. Thanks for tuning in. It's always appreciated. Blue Table Painting is a full-time miniatures painting studio. We have a front desk. We've got full support staff ready to help you with your project at every step of the way.